Hello and welcome back to ESBR Boxing. Delighted tonight to be joined by James Beech Jr. ahead of his Commonwealth and British title fight at the weekend. James, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And firstly, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Thank you. Just chilling in the hotel room now, just waiting to get weighed in and ready to fight now.
That was sort of one of my first questions on sort of obviously how has your camp gone, but how was it for yourself? Obviously, a fight week where you're travelling up to Scotland, spending the week up there. Is that something a bit different for yourself?
Not really. No, I've had to do it, quite a few times now. I think I've done it for about 3 or 4 now. So yeah, it's I kind of like it really. I mean, I've got a newborn baby as well at home, so he's up all hours of the night, so it helps me get my head right, really.
A nice escape for yourself. We'll go straight into it. Commonwealth and British titles on the line. And you're coming in on the back of the victory over unbeaten prospect Raza Hamza. How important was the Raza Hamza victory for yourself?
It was massive, really. It's I think if I'd have lost to Raza Ramza, I'd, I'd probably have knocked it on the head because I'd have probably been used as like the gatekeeper then. And I don't really want to be that, you know what I mean? I want to be fighting for titles. And the British and Commonwealth titles massive, especially the British. I mean, it's one everyone wants to win, and yeah, it's historic to win. So to get my name down on the history books, it have been massive for myself.
Obviously, I was at the Raza Hamza fight in Coventry, and we spoke to yourself on the night after the victory. And briefly, what you just mentioned there, you said to us if it was a loss on the night, you're potentially considering knocking it on the head, and you said there was even thoughts of that pre-fight. Um, do you feel that that win has sort of reignited your career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I got the phone call to fight Razor Ramzat, I weren't really in the gym, to be honest. So I was kind of just living a normal life, like just um, going to work, coming back, chilling out, enjoying time with the kids, really. And then I got the phone call for that. And I think I had about 6, 7 weeks notice. I was about 11 stone. So look, my camp for that really was like basically training to just lose weight. And then when I beat Razor Ramsden, I knew this fight was gonna come round, because the board kind of mandated it pretty quick. So I just stayed on it really. I had a week or two off over Christmas, and I was straight back on it and been living the life, loving it again. Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that whole sort of the whole camp when you obviously you say it was mainly losing weight, but would it be fair to say the whole scenario of the camp, fight night, and post fight is the biggest of your career to date?
Um, I don't know. Look, the camp. I, I've had much better camps than that, really. Being truthful in the past, but yeah, it's definitely one of my biggest wins. I mean, there weren't many expecting me to win it, and it's just nice to prove people wrong, and just show that what I can do.
Like you say, you were sort of going into it as the underdog, and obviously you had the especially after the big loss to Dennis McCann. What did that sort of teach you, the loss to McCann? What are the biggest sort of like learnings you took from it? Sorry.
I was just relaxed, really. I mean, I was kind of going into the ring against Razor, and I was like, if I win, I win. If I lose, I'll lose. I didn't have much pressure. Whereas whenever I fight, I put massive pressure on myself. Really, no one else puts pressure on me. It's just down to myself wanting to win so much, really. And I just had that mindset that I just had to be relaxed. I wasn't really fussed, to be fair. I was just wanted to fight.
And then you're fighting an unbeaten prospect in Nathaniel Collins. Nathaniel, realistically, you're his first big step up. It's a massive night for obviously yourself and Nathaniel, but sort of in terms of opponents, I'd argue that you are his biggest step up to date. What sort of fight are you expecting?
I don't know, mate. To be honest, I mean, I have watched little bits of him. I ain't watched much, but he looks like he's a good boxer. You know, he's a good counter puncher, and yeah, I think whenever he's boxed so far, everything's just been at his own pace, and he's kind of just he kind of won everything pretty easy, really. So it'd be nice to get in there, test him, and make him feel uncomfortable and see how he reacts to it. You know what I mean?
And then obviously the British title is very prestigious to pretty much every fighter that's ever won it. How important is the British title to you, especially after you had those thoughts of you considering your career, and now obviously you're in a massive fight. So sort of how important is that title to yourself?
Massive, mate. I mean, truthfully, I'm in boxing to win a British title. You got people with different aspirations, like world titles and stuff like that. The British title's my world title, so it's massive if I win this. Really, yeah.
And then, without looking too far ahead, obviously it's a big night pending, but say you do come out victorious, would you be sort of looking to win the British title outright?
I don't know. I ain't really looked past that, to be honest. I just you know I ain't really thought about that. I mean, it'd be nice to win it outright, but you know I imagine once I win it, I'll probably still just have to keep going on the road, and just keep fighting the big names, because at the end of the day, it's where the money is really. I mean that I could box locally and box at home, but it don't take my kids on holiday, unfortunately. So yeah,
James, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Look forward to fight night and hopefully you come out victorious.
no, so mate, top man, thank you.